How'd that work out, Conrad? Sorry.
This is the award-winning... Go ahead.
No.
Y'all don't mind me.
I can't believe we win awards for this.
Like in baseball, we're going to cover this.
This is the Mystery Car Show. Pay no attention to that sign back here. Pay no attention to that. It is in wheel time. Just ahead, we're going to talk about our featured car of the week, the all-new Genesis GV80. We got your weekly cruising calendar. Conrad has This Week in Auto History. I'll have stories making automotive news headlines. And more just ahead on today's In Real Time Car Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeffrey Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Our special guests this particular moment is our favorite couple, Andy and Mercedes Lilienthal. Why did you laugh? Why? Well, you just laughed.
Well, we're glad that we're your favorite. Hello, guys.
Well, you are our only car couple, okay, that actually appear together on the screen. So we appreciate it.
And Don doesn't have very many friends anyhow.
That is true. But it's great to see you guys, and I don't know whether you caught the conversation or not, but Jeff said that he was thinking about you, and it's funny because I guess a week or two ago, I was actually thinking about you guys too. Where have you been? What's going on?
What new toys have you bought?
Is it snowing up there? Is it raining? What's the weather like?
Did they drive through Texas?
We need to check in on all these things.
Has Portland stopped burning?
Yeah, no, Portland is not burning.
Portland's not burning.
We have a large fire in southern Oregon. It's over 400,000 acres,
Ouch.
burned over 400,000 acres. But
It's called the bootleg fire.
Sorry to hear that.
Bad.
currently, nothing on fire around here, which is great.
So, what have you guys been up to since? Oh, I guess we talked to you maybe 5 months ago. It was in the winter.
It was really cold.
Yeah.
I remember we could see our breath outside.
Yes, it is not cold today.
No.
It's supposed to be 90 here today. It's a beautiful sunny morning, so no complaints there. But we've been up to our kind of usual stuff. We've been doing a lot of writing, both Mercedes and I. We took a 6,000-mile, I guess they call them working vacations. So we drove our Mitsubishi Delica van from Portland, Oregon, out to Wisconsin, and we visited some family for a while that we hadn't seen in quite some time.
And wait, Paul,
Whoa.
You just pulled Don's string.
let's just talk about family in Wisconsin. Is it yours, Andy?
Both ours.
Both. Where?
I only have one person in the United States. Everybody else is overseas, either in Germany or in New Zealand. But my mother lives in Wisconsin.
Where?
Very cool.
Central Wisconsin, in a tiny town called Wisconsin Rapids.
Oh, I know where that is. Yes.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. Were you born there?
Pardon?
Were you born there?
I was baptized in Germany, and my parents immigrated from Germany in the 60s, but I'm first generation, and my sister and her two children and her partner are over in Germany, and everybody else who's left of them is over in Germany and then also New Zealand.
Wow. That's quite the global family we've got going on.
Don's a Waukesha kid.
And Andy, you said you had family there?
I do, yes. My mother was born in Portage, Wisconsin, and my mother and uncle. And then my uncle lives in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and my mother lives in Hudson, Wisconsin.
So are y'all related to Don? Are y'all
No, we're
related
not.
someplace
We're not
in there?
related, but I know where all of those places are. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. So you made a 6,000-mile trip. Listen, it's not 3,000 miles from where you are to Wisconsin.
It is not.
Correct. Yeah, we had a specific reason why we did what we did. So as Andy had said, we went to Wisconsin to visit everybody since everybody's finally vaccinated, got both their shots, waited the extra 2 weeks and whatnot, and hung out there, worked and helped them, and just had some fun and celebrated Andy's mom's birthday, and then we decided, instead of going back to Oregon where we live, is to basically go back to Oregon via LA, and that's kind of interesting. We decided to go down to Los Angeles area to Front Runner Outfitters headquarters. They are a major roof rack manufacturer. They're based out of South Africa, but they have a lot of great roof platform racks and accessories and things like that. And we talked with them and said, hey, we've got this crazy kooky van. Are you guys interested in seeing if there might be a buildup that you guys can do for our van? And we were the first people, with the very generous help of a UK owner, Carlos is his name, that has a Delica that also has been able to put together some type of a front runner rack, gave us part numbers and helped us with photos. And long story short, we were able to get it fit up, and they're going to make a kit out of it. So
Oh, cool. Are there that many Delicas in the United States to sell that kit to?
We'll find out. So
there's more and more. I mean, the generation of Delica that we have, the Delica Space Gear, is a newer model, and it's only been allowed in the States for, 2 years now? 3?
yeah, it's 94.
So it's a pretty new vehicle still for the U.S., but I have a feeling that they're bringing this kit to market for it to be global. So
Wow.
Details are yet to be coming, but they're in final stages of making the kit, and it'll go live, and I guess our van will be on their website.
So
cool.
let me ask you, one of the things that we had talked about was, you're in this fight with Maine, the state of Maine, over the Delica.
Well, so we are not in Portland, Maine. We're in Portland, Oregon, of course. So
Right.
I don't have any necessarily. How shall I say? I'm not affected directly by this.
Directly,
but,
yet.
My job as a writer or a journalist is to bring this story to light. So when I'm an admin on the Mitsubishi Delica Owners Club Facebook group, and somebody had posted this letter from the Secretary of State in Maine saying that their registration would be canceled in 3 weeks and that they were supposed to mail the plates back to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles because the vehicle was a mini truck.
And also to not be able to sell said vehicle within the state. They couldn't even do that. They'd have to sell it out of state.
And so if you've ever actually seen a mini truck, a lot of times you'll see them, on grounds as a groundskeeping vehicle. Some
Right.
states they're legal to register, some they're not. That's a pretty common thing.
Yeah, like they're not legal in the state of Texas for highway use.
Nor here in Oregon. Now, our neighbors to the north in Washington State, they are legal. I have a friend with a Suzuki Carry, which is a little, flat bed cab over mini truck. So the state of Maine was saying that it was a mini truck. Well, the Mitsubishi Delica is more or less the size of a 2021 Toyota Sienna.
It's a full-size passenger van that carries like 7 people with a sliding door and everything.
Right.
Sure.
It's not a mini truck.
And so most the people in the group thought, well, this must be a clerical error.
Screwed up.
And so they reached out to the Maine Bureau of Motor Vehicles and said, I think there's a mistake. This is a full-size van. This isn't a mini truck.
Right.
And then from there, things started to get as clear as mud.
Oh boy.
And so they then said, it wasn't the mini truck thing. It was the lack of federal motor vehicle safety standards and EPA stuff, which mini trucks don't conform to. So that's when I'm like, okay, this has got to be brought to light. So I wrote an article about what's going on, and I sent some questions to the media contact at the Secretary of State in Maine, and I wrote an article about it. And other automotive news organizations took notice. Autoblog started following this. They wrote an article about it. I was interviewed on Pickup Truck and SUV Talk. I was,
about cars,
and then
too.
I wrote an article with my findings after the state of Maine contacted me with the responses for thetruthaboutcars.com.
Well,
So basically, what it appears to be coming down to is, it's a little convoluted. I know that's
Get your coffee ready?
real surprising. But so what it seems to be coming down to is, and I don't know why the Delica was singled out. There are some explanations on delicaforum.com. But basically, Maine has a state vehicle inspection, annual vehicle inspection, which is put on by, I believe, overseen by the Maine State Police.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they couldn't find on a Delica was the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards sticker. So if you open the door jamb on any new car, there'll be a sticker about the size of an index card in the door jamb. There's a barcode on it. It says Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards certified or equipped. I can't remember the actual language.
Yeah.
Well, the Delica doesn't have that. Now, under the federal rule, the federal 25-year import rule, it states that vehicles that are 25 years or older are exempt from federal motor vehicle safety standards and EPA stuff.
Yeah.
That's what makes it legal for them to be imported at that time.
That's why you have to wait 25 years to do it.
And that's why you have
Right, right.
Exactly. So, but apparently Maine has decided that they're not going to follow that, and that they've decided that any vehicle without a federal motor vehicle safety standard decal is now considered an off-road vehicle. Now, I don't think they mean off-road vehicle like a Ford Raptor.
Just not on the
Or
highway.
a Jeep.
Non-highway
They're
use.
meaning any vehicle that is an off-road vehicle is a vehicle that can't be driven on road.
Right.
So if you don't have the FMVSS sticker, you're an off-road vehicle.
So like,
Maine doesn't register off-road vehicles for on-road use.
Right.
Therefore, you can't drive it on the road.
Texas is kind of the same way, but they don't go quite to that extent. So
Right.
a 57 Chevy is not going to have that sticker.
Nope.
Right, right.
A 57 Chevy isn't going to have that sticker.
Any classic car.
A Nissan Skyline that has been imported from Japan is not going to have that sticker. A right-hand drive
Like
Mini Cooper, a right-hand drive
Eurospec,
Rover from
yeah,
the UK.
Eurospec Mercedes.
So are they taking all of those, telling all those people to bring their plates back, or is it
So
just
if
the
you
Delica?
ask-
I asked the question. I didn't want to ask it, but I asked it. I said, so can owners of all these other vehicles expect a letter in the mail? And their reply was simply, if we find non-conforming vehicles, then they may be getting a letter in the mail.
Oh, nice. Now you've alerted them to all the other vehicles that
Well,
they
and there could be some kind of differentiating, Mercedes versus. Delica.
Have you talked to the
Maybe,
Attorney
maybe not.
General in Maine about this?
This was, I was going through the
Attorney General
Attorney
media.
General's people. So,
Tell them about Hummer.
well, so one Delica owner has decided to lawyer up and contact the state about this, and he has posted a whole host of things on delicaforum.com, and one of those was his lawyer found out that apparently the state is also going after people who have purchased ex-military vehicles such as Humvees.
Yep.
Generation
and
one.
are going to be actively deregistering them. Now, I don't have any insight into that specifically, but that was posted in the Delica forum. The other thing that was rather interesting, one of the forum members exercised his right, paid $30 for an FOAA dump, so a Freedom of Access Act dump of documents, document dump.
Public
Right,
documents.
right.
And so there are multiple pages about this going back and forth within the Bureau between journalists like myself and the people at Autoblog, as well as a dealership in Maine that said, I sell classic cars and JDM cars and have for 25 years, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And they
long-standing.
said, I'm going to have, I don't remember if they said they already have or if they are anticipating buyers wanting their money back, because now the state of Maine has said I can't legally have this. There's no grandfather period. It's not
No,
like,
nothing.
I don't understand why they didn't just say, you know what, after July 1st, 2021, no more. Instead, they just said, nope,
We're
off the road.
canceling everything.
Off the road.
it'll come to a point where the state will sell you something for the registration for $1,500, $2,000, and then it'll pass, and it switches from keeping you off the road to becoming a revenue generator for the state. And then they're going to roll everybody else in and make millions of dollars in generating that revenue from that special certificate.
Right.
It's an interesting
So
theory.
I've contacted the SEMA Action Network.
Yep.
For those of you,
Yeah, I know who they are.
SEMA is Specialty Equipment Market Association. They've been apparently going back and forth. I'm not sure what their findings are yet, but I've been in contact with them daily, and I worry. I'm not a slippery slope argument kind of guy generally, but in this instance, I mean, you said it yourself. You got to it's a mighty nice 57 Chevy Bel Air you have.
Yeah, you want to keep it?
It'd be a shame if it didn't meet federal mandated safety things.
Which it won't, because it won't have that sticker on it.
Well, there weren't any in 1957.
Well, but that's the whole point.
Exactly.
So now you've got this whole array of vehicles that you're literally, if you take the law according to what you've learned, are going to have to be taken off the road. You're going to have to give them up. Well, you don't have to give them up, but you can't drive them.
Somebody,
Right, you can't
Exactly.
drive. They'll be
You're gonna have to turn them in.
paperweights.
Yeah, you're going to have to turn them into an Airbnb.
the state did not think
in
this
your
through.
driveway.
Or, like I said, I really think this is all a play for the state to charge a fee.
They didn't think
for
it
you
through,
to keep
yeah.
the road. That's coming.
And then
I
it
see
could
that
be,
coming.
you go get your state inspection once a year. Okay, you don't have that sticker. It's an extra $100 because you've got a vehicle
They
that
ain't
doesn't
gonna do
qualify.
anything for 100.
Has there been a change of politics up there in Maine?
No, there haven't been any. There have been. It's kind of gone back and forth. Some people have really tried to point the fingers at Democrats, and some people have tried to point the fingers at a Republican kind of deal. But what has happened, as I understand it from reading the forum posts on Delica Forum, is that there was some sort of bill that went through that allowed the Bureau of Motor Vehicles in Maine to have more power to change languages and whatnot on I guess it would be bills or rules
Yeah,
of
more
some
control.
sort.
Yeah.
And so apparently one of the things they decided to do was broaden the term off-road vehicle. And the language, and I don't have it in front of me at the moment, but it basically defines an off-road vehicle as a vehicle that doesn't meet, I believe it's Chapter 14 of NHTSA, National Highway Safety Transportation Administration stuff, some EPA thing, and one other deal. Again, I don't have it in front of me. But again, I start to think, okay, so I don't know how the Delica of all vehicles got on the radar, but I guarantee, I mean,
Not many owners.
again, without sounding conspiratorial and without being ridiculous on the slippery slope argument, you do think, well, okay, like I said, that 57 Chevy probably doesn't meet safety standards. And, at what point do you just go, well, you know what, maybe we're going to take all vehicles older than 1998 without mandatory dual airbags off the road.
Well,
Or
that's
seatbelts.
Or seatbelts, or this, or that. But then I think, well, motorcycles. What
Yeah.
about motorcycles? Maine's helmet law. Maine doesn't even have a helmet law.
They're going after full-size passenger vans, but they don't have a helmet law.
I mean, they have their helmet law. I believe states if you're 15 years or
Older.
or older, it's not mandatory.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
then why go after vans? Why
So-
go after the Delica?
why go
You know?
after a handful of these vans? Like, clearly there's some bureaucratic people not talking to each other.
well, yeah, like you said, it's not Republican and Democrat, it's bureaucrat.
Right.
And bureaucrats, once they start to take control, they just take more control.
We went from a 6,000-mile road trip to a court.
And you haven't gotten home.
Yeah, we cover a broad spectrum of things here.
Yeah, I don't live there. I'm literally on the other side of the country, but
But
well,
we
I
wanna
see
help.
this happening, and I do worry that what if another state decides to
Exactly.
take
Exactly. And SEMA itself, I think it's probably for almost 5 years now, they've been talking about some legislation that comes up every once in a while to restrict the things you can do to your street vehicle. They want to classify it as a race car if you do certain things. And if you do, you can't drive it on the street. You got to take it to the track. And so it takes out a whole lot of the aftermarket world.
And
It's
that-
impacted by that,
That modification makes it not on-roadable anymore.
according to those
Whatever
rules.
that,
Right,
however
right.
minor that
And
modification.
at one time, it was even something as simple as the tires and wheels.
And even at the
Certain
tractors
instances.
regulations.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it
That's
wasn't to the
safety.
point of taking the plates off. You can't
Right.
drive this on the street anymore because you put new tires and wheels on it. So it's been going on quietly, and so it's a good thing you're bringing it out because, yeah, it's working. I mean, it's going to happen if you're not careful.
Well, and I think that's the reason why Andy mainly, has brought this to light and wants to keep sharing it with fine folks like you, with Autoblog, with The Truth About Cars, with other outlets, Pickup Truck and SUV Talk, and beyond. And hopefully they will start their own investigations and figure out what's going on. And hopefully all of us can rally together and be able to somehow reverse this or get them to understand this is a lot safer than a motorcycle,
It's a minivan.
especially with somebody without a helmet or motor scooters or this or that are allowed on main streets, and let people enjoy their classic cars. If they have an old, an old Corvette that they want to drive around, or an old Shelby or whatever it may be, let them do that. If that's their whole will, to be able to have the classic car or an import vehicle that they legally brought in, that they have all the paperwork for, that was registered, and all of that. Let them have
Been
that.
driving it for 20 years.
It starts with the Delica, but it's going to expand.
Well, and that's what
expanding.
we're trying to prevent. I also understand that there's a difference between federal regulation and state regulation.
Right.
True.
States are the ones that are in charge of registration, not the feds. And so I think, in theory, if Maine decided they wanted to outlaw blue cars on Thursdays, they could probably do that.
Oh,
Now-
don't do that.
Theoretically.
I know. That's almost
Theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah,
Theoretically.
but that doesn't mean they're not going to get,
Blowback.
perhaps, have lawyers knocking on their door going, "This is ridiculous."
Oh, no.
Yeah,
So,
but
I mean-
the state has unlimited funds to defend their position.
Yeah.
The plaintiffs don't.
And
So-
you're going to get a knock on your door in the middle of the night.
So I know that it's only a short time after 8 o'clock in the morning out there on the left coast. But what's for lunch today in the Lilienthal? Y'all got the barbecue set, or what are we having?
Whatever's left in the fridge, because we need to go grocery
Andy, I like your shirt. I love that
Oh,
shirt.
thank you. Yeah, this is our Crankshaft Culture line of apparel. We've got T-shirts and sweatshirts and all kinds of things. You can find it at the shop tab on crankshaftculture.com.
That's a V8 crankshaft.
Is it a
It's
V?
a four-cylinder, so
But it's
And
been
I-
outlawed.
It's got wide rod bearing.
Yeah, but see, that crankshaft's been outlawed in Maine.
Journals.
Yeah, outlawed in Maine. Well, Andy and Mercedes, it's always great to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We need to talk more often, and I don't like this 5-month gap.
We're always
let's
happy
do
to
it.
be on. Let's
Always
do it.
happy. Thank you again for having us.
Yeah.
You bet. Y'all take care out there.
Thank you.
Andy and Mercedes Lilienthal.
Great-
Delica
great
legislation.
people.
Yeah, we
Great
love
people.
to talk to
How
them.
silly to pick on that van of
Yeah.
all vans.
But,
I mean, I'm sure they could give us the number. There's probably less than a couple of thousand of them in the States.
I'm
If
sure.
that. Even if, because they're going to be imported. They can't come in.
Probably less than 100 of them in Maine.
Way less.
Time now for this hour's car review. I had an
this you?
opportunity.
Huh.
It's me,
Yeah.
finally. I had the opportunity to drive the 2021 Genesis GV80. And you go, what?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't even know about a Genesis, much less a GV80. Well,
They're a band, aren't they?
which one? Genesis or the GV80?
Yeah. The guitar player's named GV80.
Okay. So the GV80 comes in standard, advanced, and prestige trim levels. The reviewed trim level is the all-wheel drive 3.5 turbo advanced. This is a small SUV, or as we like to call it in general terms, more mid-sized than small. This is all new for Genesis. This is the first SUV that they've ever built.
Oh,
And there's a picture of it.
Beautiful.
And,
Good
yeah.
looking. I remember
Yeah.
seeing it in the drive. Very
it
good
is.
looking.
It is
truck.
very good looking. Great big Superman shield grille in the front of it. It's big. It's real big. Front fender vents and side marker lights combined on that. Look at that. Look at the grille on that thing.
Beautiful.
Isn't it? Sculpted lower valance panel, as you can see in that picture. Dual headlights. Did you see those thin little strips?
Yeah.
Those are the
Upper
headlights.
and lowers.
Yep. What I liked about it, the sophisticated look of this thing.
Look like money.
I wanted to go and put on a tuxedo and drive this.
Did you valet park it?
I did not.
In his own driveway.
What could use improvement? Nothing. Loved the distinctive look. This is a different looking vehicle. Any way you look, yes, it's an SUV, but you ain't going to find another one that looks like
And
that.
the one you
Very
had,
nice.
I love the color.
I did
nice,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Interior highlights: extra large horizontal display screen on the center top of the dash. High Zoot instrument cluster.
High Zoot.
High Zoot instrument cluster. Quilted leather seating surfaces. Quality trim, fit, and finish. Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
Cargo trunk room, adequate. What I liked, Form over functionality is the rule with this vehicle. Look at that display screen. What could use improvement? The steering wheel control functions are a little confusing because they don't really tell you what it is. They're symbols, but like anything else, once
learn them.
You learn them and you get used to where they are. But it's part of the allure of this vehicle.
So is that display screen always up there like that, or does it rise and lower?
No, it's fixed. 3.5-liter V6 turbo with 375 horsepower,
That's
sir.
not bad at all.
Torque 391, 8-speed automatic transmission, tow rating 6,000 pounds.
That's a lot.
It's significant. You'd look really good in your Chris Craft right behind it, towing that up to the lake.
That'll work.
Miles per gallon, 18 city, 23 highway, combined to 20. I got 22 over 310 miles. What I liked about it?
It's not bad.
Plenty of power, and it's smooth power, too. No turbo lag in this. Ride and handling, fabulous. Fabulous. It's not old school Buick-like soft.
Float.
It doesn't float. It doesn't float. I don't think anything could use improvement on this. Base trim, $59,150. Now, keep in mind, yes, this is an elevated price, but you're talking about a luxury vehicle here. $59,150. Price is tested. $65,775.
Not out of the park, though.
No, it's not. It's not. As a matter of fact, it compares nicely to the Lincoln Navigator. And this is cheaper.
Well, and I would say Genesis, Lexus, Infiniti, Lincoln, Cadillac, Mercedes, BMW, those are all in the same genre.
Now, you can get into this vehicle for the base price of $48,900. It compares nicely also to the Acura MDX for $46,900, the Audi Q7 for $54,950, and the BMW X5 for $59,400. And that is Don Armstrong's review of the Genesis GV80. Go check it out. If
You
you're in the
liked
market.
it.
Very nice.
Sounds like you liked it a lot.
Yeah, I did.
It was very nice.
I didn't get the cruise-in calendar in, so you want to do that now?
Sure.
As long as you don't extend it to, 10 minutes or something.
Okay, so
You're talking to the wrong guy.
August the 1st is Coffee, Cars, and Donuts at the Whitehall Cafe in Navasota, Texas. That's 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. August the 8th is the Houston Performance Driving Twin Peaks meet in Webster at the Twin Peaks restaurant down there, and that's 11 to 3 p.m. on Sunday, August the 8th. Sunday, August the 29th is, again, Houston Cars and Cocktails at Little Woodrow's on 249. And remember, is it September 25th? We are at Woody's 3rd annual car show in San Leon at Topwater Grill.
There it is.
Very good. Man, my memory is not near as good as yours.
He pulled it out of his Conrad.
Out of his Conrad.
Because I didn't have that one written down.
That was very nice. And don't forget
Very
tailpipes and tacos.
Every third Saturday. Where do we get Thursday?
I don't know.
Every third Saturday of the month is tailpipes and tacos. Be there. Tacos.
And cars.
Mimosas.
Yep. All that.
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys. Good food.
Love those Bloody Marys.
Stay afterwards and
In
have
real
lunch.
time, we'll sign autographs.
All right, friends. Well, the reminder here is the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast source. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
When you're ready to shop Chevrolet, we know one that should be at the top of your list. Bayway. Locally owned by Houston-born and raised Daryl Wisniewski, Bayway brings a sense of family to your Chevrolet buying experience. When you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, you now have a place to go. General Manager Lincoln Stahl guarantees Bayway will beat any competitor's written price on the new vehicle you choose or pay you $1,000. Bayway Chevrolet is located only 8 minutes from the Beltway and Highway 288. Whether it's online or in person, you'll be welcomed like one of the family. BaywayChevrolet.com. Tailpipes and Tacos. Houston's premier monthly car cruise-in returns Saturday, August 21st at 2 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone is invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods at 2 locations. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard just south of I-10 in Katy, and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise in. Tailpipes and Tacos at Loopy's inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway in Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway just south of I-10, where you'll see the In Real Time Car Show. Get your ride ready and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in at Loopy's in Katy and Kirby, August 21st, 8 to 11 a.m., weather permitting. You see all the new ceramic car wash cleaners on TV now, but John Gray at Gulf Coast Auto Shield has been using ceramic coatings on Houston's most expensive cars for years, and he'll tell you that nothing beats the real thing. Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs a coating over your paint that actually comes with a warranty. If you just picked up your Lambo, your Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, any other exotic car, chances are your car will have company that have already found Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Now, you don't have to own an exotic. Maybe you got a truck, an SUV, or even an older vehicle that needs a little love. Well, let John Gray give it a look and give you an estimate on refurbishing that paint and making your vehicle look new again. How about getting a gift certificate for the wife's birthday or anniversary from Gulf Coast Auto Shield and tell her, honey, I know you love your car, so why don't we get it looking new again? It'll be the best gift ever, one that she'll never forget. Get hold of John Gray at gcautoshield.com or give him a call, 832-264-0670. Gulf Coast Auto Shield.